Welcome back to the channel. This is Smoothboy C. Today we have a very player-friendly build for you guys. Everybody should know this setup already, but there are some things we need to talk about due to the fact that the new update. With the modifiers within this new update, you can't use this build in most gameplays. So if the modifier states that you only need new armory, which is those armor with the blue symbols at the top of them, like these 4 armor pieces right here, you can't use this build if it states that. So this don't have it, and this weapon right here don't have it. So please be in mind that you can't use this build in every gameplay. So let's get right into the build. We're using the Prismatic Hunter class. So for your super, we have Silence the Squall or Slick Strike. Granted, you could probably use whatever you like, but I think that Slick Strike is the most beneficial. I just use Silence the Squall because for long range bosses, this is better. For your abilities, we went with Gambler's Dodge, Melee's Combination Blow, and your grenade is Grapple Grenade. As for your aspects, we went with Threaded Spectre and Winter Shroud. With a little bit of explanation, Gambler's Dodge refund your melee, which also activate Threaded Spectre and Winter Shroud. Your Combination Blow on kills return your Gambler's Dodge, and then you rinse and repeat the process. As for your fragments, we went with Facet of Protection. While surrounded by combatants, you're more resistant to incoming damage. Then we went with Facet of Blessing. Melee final blow starts health regen. And then we went with Facet of Bravery. Defeating a target with powered melee, final blows grants unravel around to strand weapons. And then we went with Facet of Purpose. Picking up orbs of power grants you either bolt charge, restoration, frost armor, woven mail, or overshields. And last but not least, we went with Facet of Dawn. Power melee hits against targets make you radiant. If you're worried about healing wise, Combination Blow heals you on kills, and then Facet of Blessing starts health regen on melee final blows. So to reiterate, Gambler's Dodge provides you with Combination Blow, Threaded Spectre, and slow down targets. And then Combination Blow on kills end up giving you back your Gambler's Dodge. Then you rinse and repeat the process. As for your super, if you choose the Strand super, you're going to get Woven Mill. If you choose your Stasis super, you're going to get Frost Armor. I would recommend, depending on the game mode, or whoever you're fighting, go with your Strand super for that Woven Mill. But me, I just went with the Frost Armor overall. Second, I'd like to talk about our artifact mods before we get into our armor mods. I would like to express that you don't have to use the weapons I'm using as long as it's a strand and a solar weapon. So for your first column, you can use whatever setup you'd like. That is up to you. As for your second column, you're going to use Flame, Fiber, and Freeze. Combine Solar, Strand, Siphon mods into one. Then we have Tightly Woven if you're using your Strand super. While Woven Mill is active, gain increased class ability and grenade stats. That's not important. That's not important for this build. That's not important either. Cauterized Darkness. Strand and Status debuff non-targets combatants take increased solar damage from all sources. That's not important. It says Shield Crush. While you have Woven Mill, Frost Armor, Void Overshields, your melee recharge faster and deal increased damage. And while you have Amplified or Radiant, your grenade recharge faster and deals more damage. And then last but not least, we have Elemental Overdrive. Picking up an Elemental Pickup or Tangle grants increased damage to the weapon of the same element. So copy and paste that, and then let's get right into our armor mods. So first things first, we're going to get into our helm. First, we have a Special Ammo Finder. Then we have a Solar Strand Dual Siphon. And then we have Harmonic Siphon. This will change based off of the super equipped. Then we're going to skip and go straight down to our cloak. We have Powerful Attraction. Automatically pick up orbs when you activate your class ability. Then we have Bomber, reduces cooldown when you activate your class ability. And Reaper, after activating your class ability, your weapon final blows spawns an orb. Then for your legs, we went with 2 weapon mods to increase your weapon damage. And then we went with Innovation, it reduces cooldown each time you pick up an orb. Then for your chest piece, dealer's choice, use whatever you like that makes you feel more comfortable in the game mode. And last but not least, for our bread and butter, we have Liar's Handshake. We have Heavy-Handed, your melee final blows creates orbs. And we have 2 impact induction, causing damage with your power melee attack reduces your grenade cooldown. As for the ability, we have using your arc melee ability or being hit by a melee attack will allow you to follow up with an extremely powerful melee counterpunch that will heal you. This is your bread and butter right here. I'm going to explain everything in a moment. As for your stats, I recommend going with 70% in class ability. If you have 70% or more, combination blow will refund you your entire class ability. If you have anything less than that, you will not refund your class ability. So please, 70% or more. As for your weapons, you're going to go as high as you possibly can. I went with 70 with the extra 2 mods here, which is roughly around 90, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember how much it gives you, but I think it's around 90. But if you could go higher than that, please do so. As for your melee, I went with 150. It gives me 15% PvE damage. So please, if you could go as high as possible, please do so. As for your health, I went with 67. It really don't matter because I don't have no orbs that goes towards my health. But as for my health regen, Liar's Handshake is going to give me health upon kills. Combination blow is going to give me health upon kills. And Facet of Blessing is giving me health upon kills. If you're going to run Slick Strike, your orbs pickup is going to grant Woven Mill, which is going to provide health. And if you want your enemies off your back, you're going to use Threaded Spectre to get those enemies off your back. As for your weapons, you can use whatever strand and solo weapon you like. I use this particular weapon due to the fact it gives me heal clip. Upon final blows, I get healing after I reload. And then for your heavy weapon, I chose this. I personally think it's a heavy weapon. It's a pulse rifle, but it's also a rocket launcher that severs targets. You can't go wrong with that. So it's great for doing boss damage. You're going to see that in the gameplay I have later on. So please don't be afraid to like and subscribe. Follow for more. I will be posting more videos later on. I hope you like this video. I hope you like the gameplay. Please lock in with me and have a nice one.